Forget the headlines about millennials for a moment. There's a new generation quietly getting ready to reshape Canada's real estate market, and their impact is going to be massive. I'm talking about Gen Z, and today, we're diving deep into how this digital-first, eco-conscious group is poised to trigger the next big housing wave, especially right here in Ontario. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand their mindset, know the exact timeline to watch, and discover the hidden opportunities that most people are completely missing. So, who exactly are we talking about? Gen Z generally includes anyone born between 1997 and 2012. Right now, they range from their early teens to their late 20s. But here's the key statistic. The peak birth year for this generation was around 2007. This means the largest cohort of Gen Z is still in high school. But their older siblings, the vanguard of the generation, are already entering the prime age for buying a first home. And they think very differently than the generations before them. Let's get inside the Gen Z mindset. For them, it's not about the sprawling McMansion in the suburbs. Their priorities have shifted dramatically. They prefer financial flexibility over sheer size. They value energy efficiency far more than granite countertops or luxury finishes. And most importantly, they crave walkability and tech integration over long, soul-crushing commutes. These aren't just preferences. They are non-negotiables. Gen Z wants flexibility, efficiency, and walkable neighborhoods. This is the first truly digital native generation. They don't just search for properties online, they live online. Their entire home buying journey, from initial research to virtual tours and mortgage applications, will be filtered through their smartphones. They trust peer reviews, video walkthroughs, and data-driven insights far more than a slick brochure or a traditional sales pitch. If you can't reach them on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube with transparent, valuable content, you might as well be invisible. Building on that, let's talk about their obsession with green and smart homes. This isn't just a trend for them. It's a core value. Gen Z has grown up with climate change as a constant headline. As a result, they're magnetically drawn to homes that align with their sustainable principles. We're talking about properties with smart thermostats that learn their habits, EV-ready garages for their future electric vehicles, and high-efficiency heating systems that keep both their carbon footprint and their utility bills low. In a head-to-head battle, a smaller modern home with green tech will almost always win their heart over a larger but outdated and inefficient property. They see a home not just as a place to live, but as a statement of their values. So, the big question is, when will this massive generation actually start buying? Let's map out the timeline. The oldest Gen Z, those born around 1997, are turning 28 this year. While affordability is a huge challenge, some are already dipping their toes in the market, often buying their first condos or townhouses, sometimes with help from family. But that's just the opening act. The main event, the core wave of Gen Z, those born between 2000 and 2005, will be hitting the prime first-time homebuyer age of 25 to 30 between 2025 and 2035. That's the decade when the market will truly feel the force of their demand. To put a finer point on it, the biggest surge of Gen Z homebuying momentum is expected between 2028 and 2032, assuming, of course, that mortgage rates find a stable, lower ground and wages continue to grow. Now, demographics create the potential. But it's the economy that lights the fuse. A huge pool of buyers doesn't automatically mean a boom. So, what are the specific triggers that could turn this demographic wave into a market surge? First and foremost, mortgage rates easing to a more manageable level, ideally below 5%. That's the magic number that makes monthly payments look a lot less scary. Second, we need supportive government policies, like enhanced first-time buyer incentives or a return of longer amortizations to spread out the cost. Third, and this is crucial, the market needs a bigger supply of what they actually want: entry-level condos, townhouses, and innovative models like rent-to-own. And finally, all of this needs to be underpinned by stable, growing job markets that give them the confidence to take on a mortgage. When these four factors align, get ready. We could see one of the most significant first-time buyer waves Canada has experienced since the early 2000s. So, where will this boom happen? Here's the part that the national media often gets wrong. While everyone is focused on the astronomical prices in Toronto and Vancouver, the real Gen Z opportunity is unfolding in Ontario's secondary cities. I'm talking about places like Brantford, Cambridge, Woodstock, and London. These cities are hitting the sweet spot for this generation. Why? First, housing prices can be up to 50% lower than the GTA average, making the dream of ownership achievable. Second, infrastructure is catching up, with expanding GO Transit and highway access that connects them to the economic engine of the GTA, without forcing them to live in it. And third, these cities offer the perfect blend of urban convenience, think cool cafes and local shops with a more relaxed, suburban lifestyle. This is the new Canadian dream for Gen Z: affordable, connected, and balanced. If you're a realtor, this is your wake-up call. The old playbook won't work. To connect with Gen Z, you need to start by building digital trust. This means becoming an educator, not just a salesperson. Offer free guides on your website, create mortgage calculator tools, and share data-driven advice on social media. They value transparency above all else. Second, you have to learn their language. Emphasize the green features in your listings. Talk about the new heat pump, the R value of the insulation, and the fact that the garage is EV ready. These are major selling points. Third, expand your network. Partner with mortgage brokers who are experts in creative financing like co-ownership agreements or rent-to-own pathways. And finally, play the long game. Start building your email lists and social media nurture campaigns right now, because the 22-year-old renter you connect with today is very likely your pre-approved, ready-to-buy client in 2029. So let's put it all together. What does the 2028 to 2035 forecast look like? Between those years, Canada is set to experience a new housing surge. But this time, it won't be fueled by speculation or foreign investment. It will be driven by pure, fundamental demographics. The largest generation in our history entering its prime home buying years. The oldest Gen Z will be well into their 30s. The younger ones will be securing stable jobs, and technology will make the entire home buying process more accessible and data-driven than ever before. This doesn't mean prices will double overnight. Instead, it suggests a period of consistent, stable demand that will support growth in both major urban centers and, crucially, in those promising regional markets across Ontario. The bottom line is this: the next great real estate wave isn't a distant possibility. It's already forming just over the horizon. The takeaway for buyers, sellers, and real estate professionals is clear. It's time to prepare for the Gen Z era of homeownership, an era that is digital first, sustainability-focused, and deeply value-driven. The ones who understand this shift and adapt will be the ones who succeed in the decade to come. If you found this analysis helpful, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me create more videos that make the complex world of real estate simpler and smarter for everyone in Ontario. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss my future updates on housing trends and market forecasts. Have questions about buying your first home, selling, or investing? Drop them in the comments below. I personally read and reply to every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.